If you haven't heard about this story, you probably will. A 50-year-old dude in Canada who is cosplaying as a woman is getting to swim with teenage girls and change in the locker room. Nicholas Cepeda, who interestingly enough has a PhD in psychology from the University of Urbana-Champaign and a psychology bachelor's degree. He's also the head of cognitive flexibility lab at York University and validates tools for teachers that are based in cognitive psychology principles. A person who has clearly a mental disorder, which still is in the DSM, which constitutes what is a mental disorder and what is not. Gender dysphoria still is considered a mental disorder. So this person who clearly has a mental disorder and is also for some reason in charge of a cognitive psychology lab at York University decided, hey, I want to compete as a swimmer. So I'm going to participate in the 16 and up age brackets and swim with teenagers. Check this out. Rebel News report in there saying, hey, I'm just documenting what's going on here. Did anyone want to talk about it? And he's confronted. The 50-year-old dude who's changing in front of 13-year-old girls isn't asked to leave. No, instead, he's asked to leave. The delicious irony of what this lady says is unbelievable. Watch this.
Do you know there's a 50-year-old man? Oh, no, but you interrupted me, ma'am. So I think if you work here...
I'm not allowed to film here. Okay. I do not consent to being on this video.
We don't need your consent. Do you know that there's a 50-year-old man going into the girls' showers?
You are not allowed to film here.
Are you a biological female?
Here. You are not allowed to film here.
Okay, there's
Can you please leave the building?
Is it allowable for me to shower with 13-year-old girls?
Building. You need to leave the building.
Right, well, we'll be on
You're not allowed to film right here. You're filming minors in bathing suits.
Oh, is that right? Well, we're not. And secondly, there is a man showering with minors.
You are not allowed to be here. You are trespassing now, and you are not allowed to film here.
Okay, so what is your name?
Right here.
What?
I'm not giving you my name.
Okay, are you a security guard?
You are not allowed to be here.
Okay, do you have a security license?
You are not allowed to be here.
Okay, well, you could be anybody, so I don't know who you are. Why are you upset about us filming, but you're not upset about a 50-year-old man?
Rules. You're breaking the rules.
All right. What about the law that is being broken of a 50-year-old man being showering with 13-year-olds?
Breaking the rules.
But you have no problem with somebody that might be a sexual predator?
You are breaking the rules. Now, please, can you take that out of my face? I do not consent to be interviewed or on film. Okay. So please exit the building.
Well, you're the star interview so far, so thank you for that. Are you going to do anything about a 50-year-old man showering with 13-year-old girls?
I feel like just the caveat here is I mostly blame the Canadian government. Yes, is she out of line? Absolutely. But the fact that she is put in this position to have to try and get this guy out who is doing the work of the people, trying to expose the utter and complete BS of a 50-year-old dude swimming with changing in front of 13-year-old girls. The fact that she's put in that position is not cool and the fault of the Canadian government. That being said, the irony of saying you're filming young girls in bathing suits. First of all, no, he's not. Second, so we agree that it would be weird if an older man was there to witness young girls in bathing suits, let alone in the locker room and in the showers. I think we can agree on that, right? Lady? I also I wish he would have tugged on this thread a little bit more. She's like, you need to leave. And he's like, well, who are you? Do you work here? She's like, I'm not telling you my name or my position or my authority. I wish he would have been like, well, then you leave. If you're not going to tell me that you have any authority here, I'm the one, I work here. I have the authority. You need to leave. I wish he would have done that. I think that would have been funny. But so she gets into this whole thing about, well, you're breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules. And then he points out, well, you're breaking the law, having this dude change in women's locker rooms where young girls are changing. And so I kind of thought, well, I don't know anything about Canadian law. What law is this guy breaking? And I want to hear about that. Thankfully, in this video, again, our friends at Rebel News, I'll post the link somewhere. You can watch the entire thing. It's like 13 minutes, but it's fantastic. He goes through what the laws are. And, you know, again, not being an expert in Canadian law, it does seem pretty compelling that, yeah, this guy is breaking the law, which outside of the moral failings of letting this dude do what he's doing, legally speaking, even woke freaking Canada, apparently it seemed to be illegal. Watch this on the legality of this dude doing what he's doing. Check it out.
Does an indecent act in a public place in the presence of one or more persons, or in any place with intent to insult or offend any person, is guilty of an indictable offense and is liable to imprisonment for a term of not more than 2 years, end quote. Furthermore, section 173.2 states, quote, an indecent exposure charge under section 173.2 of the code means that the person charged is accused of exposing their genital organs to a person under the age of 16. Because this offense involves a minor, it is more serious than an indecent act charge, end quote. So answer me this, folks. Why isn't Nicholas Cepeda being criminally charged?
Good question. After the laying out of the law there in Canada, it would appear that, yeah, that would be an illegal act that this person is committing. Again, go watch the rest of the video, Rebel News, but check out Rebel News. They're fantastic. They are on the ground doing a bunch of this stuff, and it is really, really, really interesting to see what's going on. And our friends at the North have just lost their freaking minds, it would appear.